Hello, welcome to another clarity session video. I'm going to talk today about a quick and easy way to give your body a boost. So many people have, at least something that they'd like to see improved with their physical vibrancy or physical health. And this is something I've used a lot over the years, really consistently. I've talked a lot about how feeling your presence and your breath is so instrumental for everything, really. And it's really about being in the present moment, in the now moment, and when we're feeling, sensing in our awareness how not only is our body in it's able to do its cellular regeneration when we're not thinking. We're open to our intuition, so we're able to get the information that's coming to us. Obviously, when we're present, we're careful, so we're not harming our physical body or others. Usually, if we're in reaction mode, things of that nature, we're not present. We're off in the mind and the ego and the stories and anxiety or stress and all these energies out here. But when we're fully present in our body, that's when we're peaceful and calm and healthier. It mentally, physically, emotionally, in every way, shape, and form. So today, we'll call it a technique or exercise. It's really related to the last video that I made. If you saw my video about timeline hopping and accelerating that, and I talk about toggling back and forth between feeling yourself, your essence, and then the old energy, the emotions, so that you can become clear, like, oh, this stuff isn't me. This is just old stuff clearing away, and tuning into your lightness and your vibrancy and your true radiance, and letting yourself even begin to feel more and more of that. So there's ways we can use that toggling, if you want to, we'll call it toggling, to improve your physical health. And I've used this in a number of ways. So it's like going back to kind of a little recap. Consciousness is everything. Our true form, you could say our truest, purest form is formless. Okay. So when I say your true form, there's different layers of creation, right? So in essence, we're nothing. Our nothingness, but awareness. Nothing isn't nothing. Oh gosh. So our true form, though, be in form, you could say our purest form would be a light body. From pure consciousness into form would be the purest, clearest, not light or dark, but the purest, like, light of consciousness that was never even split into light, dark, male, female. So we're talking about the light of pure source consciousness. So that is, when I speak of your pure light, that's what I'm talking about. So when we tune into that, where we put our consciousness grows, it expands. It's where we're putting our energy, just like your life. Whatever you're putting in your energy into, that's going to grow. So this is why I talk about this toggling, because you can feel what's not you, and then you turn your awareness into what is you. And within your body, that can have a significant impact, because the density, the heaviness, the areas where our physical form has been contracted, condensified, compressed, shut down, where there's even buildup of barriers, of walls, of excess. If you think of, like, if you have a tumor or extra, whether it's a rash or different things where our bodies have created things that are really an energetic representation. So the physical always represents the energy in some way. So as we put our consciousness on our true radiance, and we'll say our purest form being that of pure light, in that pure light, there's no density. There's no barriers. There's no compaction. In truth, the light of consciousness permeates everything, so it could never be contained. Like, you've never been contained or separated. Going back to your true essence is your true light has never been, well, you've never been in your truest, purest self. You've never been harmed, hurt, split off, separated, made smaller, powerless, all these human things, and then they affect our body. So we tune into that truth, like the truth will set you free. The truth, putting your consciousness on what is true and everlasting is going to make that grow. And then, here, what we're talking about, all this stuff that creates dysfunction, dis-ease, all sorts of upsets in the body, that is really, you could call it part of the, whatever you refer to this as, the illusion, the dream, the hologram, separation, duality, density. It's all transient. It's all temporary, okay? But that purity of you is everlasting. And what we're doing as we go through embodiment, as we wake up and we start releasing all the stuff, disidentifying with it, saying, oh, wow, that was never me. Kathy was just, this character, this avatar, and all these other lifetimes, all these childhood memories, every moment along the way, those were all characters, expressions, experiences. As we disidentify with them, realizing that that's not ultimately who we are, we reclaim the light, the purity from that. Because at one point, we identified with this body and something happened and we went, oh my God, no! And we put that energy in our body and it, and so now we're basically, we went through it and now we're just, we're letting it dissolve away and we're coming back into our true wholeness. So your light, your true, purest form is that of a light body. And you could say we are in this physical body today. It's like we are recollecting all of our light bodies from all of our experiences and melding them all into one light body in this human physical body. So it's like a reunion. And the funny thing is, when we tune into the fact that that light has never been condensified, it's never been separated, it's never been contained, then that grows through our bodies. So I hope that explains what I'm talking about. I think it's probably best if we just go through and experience it, because that's the other thing. I make these videos and I try to bring us through it, on occasion on my videos. I do create audios that go into all these experiences in more depth, but you can read about stuff forever and ever and ever and never experience it. So it's all conceptual. So the important thing is to experience it and start opening to the experience more and more and more. I recommend as often as you can that you're feeling your presence, your essence, your breath, you're in your awareness. And so the experience that we're about to do, where you can use this. Okay, so I taught yoga for many years, and then I went through a period where I didn't teach any like flow yoga. I just did yin, which is laying on the floor. And then I had an opportunity, well, I didn't even teach any yoga for a while. And then I was asked to take over all the classes at the community center here, all the morning classes. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've been doing nothing I was very, very sedentary in between. And so I used this to just go in and give my body a boost. And I let my body know, hey, we're about to start teaching classes again. Muscles flexibility. We need to evolve and transform. It does take some physical effort, and maybe our bodies will evolve to the point where we don't need that. I don't know. Um, but my body is able to adapt incredibly quickly. And I'm sure that this is a big part of that. Okay. I also did a job last summer where all of a sudden I went from being really sedentary for about a year, just a lot of like sitting, meditating, walking a little bit, to a very, very physical job, 12 hours a day, having to lift really heavy things. And I was like, boy, how's my body gonna, react to this? So I did the same thing. Hey, body, this is what's happening. And every day I would maybe spend, I don't know, half an hour doing what we're about to kind of go through. And it was like absolutely um, unbelievable how fast my body just there. I was never tired. I never had muscle soreness. I was like super strong. I had to lift like really heavy things, and I was like, oh, within a week or something, my body just adapted. So don't underestimate, if you have any preconceived beliefs about what is possible, if you've listened, if you've read my like information on my website, my story, or uh, listened to a lot of my videos, you might know I went from everything breaking down to perfect health. And so I attribute a lot of that to this. So this is a really good technique. And even if it just gives you a little energetic boost, I've also used this a lot when I'm tired, when I feel tired. And that's the toggling, feeling the physical body versus the true light body. So there's this identification with the physical form where we think we're this physical body, and the mind is very encrusted in that. So oftentimes when let's say I'm feeling a little tired or a little heavy or, you know, I'll, oh yeah, I'll feel into that true form, that light form. And then I'll realize, oh, that's the mind, like identifying me as the physical body. And sometimes it will do that with old habits and patterns, like whether it's just like eating food or, if you have any addictions like cigarettes or whatever it might be. So where the physical body kind of and the mind get stuck in these patterns. So I've definitely used this for energy boosts as well. And it's almost like a mind over matter thing at times where you feel like you're tired, or like maybe you don't have enough energy, or you're feeling that. All of a sudden you can toggle and switch and be like, oh, that was the mind. That wasn't even my body. The mind is saying I'm tired, but the body is like so vibrant. Sometimes it is an incredible and vast difference, contrast. And so when you play with this toggling, do it energetically with the emotional energy versus my real, true, pure energy, my true essence versus the emotional energy. And then also how your physical body feels. And we'll call it, as you tune into your light body, your physical body is going to feel lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and more energetic. But if you go into the mind and you kind of flip back to that, it'll have like a preconceived notion. It might be due to time of day. Let's say you didn't sleep much last night and your mind has a belief that I need a certain amount of sleep. There's times where I might sleep for an hour or two and I'm more energized the next day. I allow I don't have a set schedule. I allow it all to evolve. So just be aware of that. It could do with how, it's dark here now. It's been cloudy for a week. I don't have a thing with that. I love cloudy days. I love snowy, rainy, cloudy, sunshine, whatever. But I know some people are affected by seasonal stuff. Well, that's all mental. Now, you could say if you're lacking vitamin D, whatever. Okay, fine. That's kind of a separate thing. So, that is another thing in and of itself. But there is mostly, I will say, there are mental constructs, beliefs, old conditioning, old patterns, as we tune into ourself more and sort of challenge, oh, is this really how I feel? Or is it a mental concept? We can go beyond the mind, and as we do that, even, the long term changes will happen. Your neural pathways will start opening up and rewriting. All those deep grooves of habits are in there. And for a lot of people, it's like they don't even question it. They say, oh, you know, I'm always kind of gloomy when it's cloudy out. Well, that is something for you to question in yourself. Or I always get tired early when it gets dark early. That would be me. That would be something that I've had for a long time, that I always feel like, gosh, why in summer am I up till 10 o'clock? And in winter, I want to crawl on the couch. Well, that's all mental. That's all conditioning. And there's, call it ancestral energy, lifetimes of conditioning, of course, but it's still all related to the mind and beliefs, all that conditioning. So let's start clearing it out. All right, so get nice and comfortable. Start with a deep breath. And I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. The eyes are, it's a world of stimulation out here, and we want to feel what's going on and not be distracted. So close your eyes, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth, just release any tension, any stress, settle into your body. Another deep breath. Let's make sure you're down in the lower lungs, so fill that lower belly all the way up. Big breath in. Maybe you can even hold it for a moment or two at the top of your inhale, and then release everything on your exhale. Just let your stomach drop down. Let the diaphragm release, which is in turn letting your organs fully breathe. So they're not cramped up under your ribs. So most people are in fight or flight most of the time. I mean, there's a level of anxiety or stress that most people walk through their days with. So it's important to just have a few really deep breaths and then exhale, especially through your mouth. That releases tension, stress. It's a yin breath. It's cooling. It's a breath of release. So when we're releasing through the belly, a few of those exhales through the mouth can assist, and it signals to your body that it's safe. Just like a yawn, it's sort of, nice exhale like that. So take another deep breath into your belly. Just let it soften and open, soften and open. Letting your nervous system start to calm even more. And now let's follow that breath all the way in, all the way out, starting to really connect with your body. So as you inhale, breathing all the way in, staying with that breath, merging your awareness with the inhale, all the way up to the top, and then all the way down through the bottom. So long, deep, slow breaths. We're becoming fully present. So just keep breathing some nice, long, deep, full, slow, gentle breaths. Whatever feels good for you, so you can relax into your body. We really just want to stay with the breath and relax inward here. And as you're doing this, just feel yourself becoming so present. So we're letting go of any stressors, anything with the outside world now. If you're like me, I'm sitting by a window, just toss your whole life out of the window right now. Just for a few moments. It'll still be there when we're done. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere, but let's get rid of yesterday and tomorrow. In the next breath, feel yourself fully here, fully now, fully aware of your breath, your body, even becoming aware of your eyesight behind your eyelids, what you're seeing. We're coming into our senses, welcoming back all of our light, all of our consciousness, all of our awareness right here, right now, and feeling that aliveness in your body. Deep breath. And so now as we're here, we have no opinions, nothing outside of what you're feeling and sensing and hearing exists right now. So there's no opinions, no judgments, no worries, no concerns. Fully present in your breath and your body, and feel the aliveness in your body. So let's start to tune into your light body, your true essence, your true presence. Just feel into it. Notice what you feel. Your body as a whole now. Just noticing what you feel. And from here, we're going to practice, we'll say, our innate skills, taking our consciousness wherever we choose. So let's go into the core of every particle right now. Every particle within you, at the core of every particle is pure light, pure consciousness, your consciousness within your body. So bring your awareness into the core of every particle within your body right now, just like that. No effort, no work. You don't have to think about it. It's just like a finger snap. It's like Creator says, let there be light, and it is done. So you just do it. There's no effort. You just know, and you focus. You take your focus and you know that you're there. Just like that. So, as you tune into the core of every particle, what do you feel? Do you feel the amplification? You might feel the particles whizzing, moving, amplifying. We'll say technically the light whizzing, amplifying, radiating, moving, expanding. You might feel the vibrancy. And again, going back to having no opinions, no judgments, let's not get the mind involved here at all. Let's be fully in our senses and just sense what you feel. And if you don't feel anything, you don't feel anything. This is a muscle that we flex more and more and more and more, and it's like opening a portal. The more you go here, the more your awareness is going to open and open and open, and the more you're going to hear, see, and feel. So take another deep breath. Relax into your body. And as we tune into the very core of every particle, it's just like the particles of all of creation. The core of everything is that pure light of consciousness. So let's just go ahead and invite it to amplify. We're kind of directing the energy here. Amplify, expand, radiate, light up. Let's let it light up and light up and light up, and feeling what you feel in your body. You might feel tingling, buzzing, you might feel warmth, you might feel cool. Not having any expectations of what it's supposed to feel like, because I promise it will feel different every time. Every time we go here, it's constantly evolving, expanding, changing. So let's feel this, we'll call it this light, this essence, this presence. Let's go now beyond your body. Just feeling it because it's not contained to your body. So let your awareness expand into the room that you're sitting in. Letting yourself open and open, lighten up, brighten up, and even beyond the room. So beyond the walls, maybe let yourself expand. Not that you mentally need to know this, but 100 feet, 1,000 feet, through the whole city, the whole state, the planet, the solar system, the galaxy, As comfortable as you are, just let yourself open and open and open, and notice what you can sense and feel. Because this light truly is boundless. There is not one barrier. The barriers are, call it an illusion. So the light of your consciousness is endless. So allow yourself to feel this endless radiance and let it light up and amplify even more. Continuing to breathe. Maybe taking another nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, just poof, let yourself open. Just like the brightest star in the sky. Lighting up, brightening up. Let yourself feel almost, we'll say, as nothingness, translucency, pure radiance, lightness, or whatever you feel, but not needing to put any mental labels on it. That's where things get sticky. So just being in that state of pure experience. So in every millisecond, you're just, wow, experiencing the sensation. There's no trying to label, judge. Should I feel this way? Should I feel that way? What am I supposed to be feeling? Let's just let all that clear out and just be absolutely 100% present in the experience right here, right now. And now, hopefully, you're feeling a little lighter, a little brighter, a little more expansive. Let's tune in to the physical body. So bring your awareness now into the physical form. Just feeling, sensing, knowing, almost like I am this body. Notice how that feels. You might feel a little heavier, a little more condensified, like a rock. You might still be feeling really light, but just aware of your physical body, whatever you're feeling. But just kind of going back and forth for a moment, sensing into that brilliance, that essence, that your spirit, you could call it. Feeling how free and boundless you are. And then coming back to your physical body. The human body, the flesh and blood, tuning into that. And now, this is kind of where we begin more of this meld and merge very physically. For example, if you were, as I mentioned when I was switching jobs, and oh my gosh, I'm going to need all this physical energy. All right, so let's go ahead and tell our bodies we'd like more physical strength and energy. So, all right, body, I'd like you to increase your physical strength and energy. And send that light, that radiance, right into your muscles, into whatever systems need a boost. Again, it's a finger snap. Let there be light. You don't need to mentally know where it's going or how it's doing it. You're just directing the energies. So, all right, let's increase the physical energy, stamina, and vibrancy. And so it is. Take a breath and feel what's happening. Feel what's happening in the cells of your physical body. Maybe you're called to a certain area. Maybe you feel it swirling, flushing, moving throughout your whole body. Okay, so another thing you can do here is, let's say you have something going on. Maybe it's with an organ, with your skin, with the joints, with digestion, you name it. Let's take a breath and send this beautiful light beingness, this really increased vibrancy, higher frequency, whatever, it's you, but you merging into the body. These are obviously areas in your body that could use a boost. So let's send this energy to those areas in your body right now. Just pick one and say, I'm sending, just send it there. You don't have to really say anything. You just choose it, you know it, you do it in your consciousness. And then take a breath and feel. And then from here, because this is good for everyone, I'll choose one for the group that's coming through, is let's send all this radiance right into and through the physical body right now, right up and down your whole vertebrate column. Let's just let it amplify, grow right through the whole vertebrate column, and then really just amplifying through your nervous system. Speaking of that, most folks' nervous systems are not in perfect harmony. Let's let it light up, just feel what's happening. And again, with this, if you don't want this, then it won't happen. If you're open to it, it will. Your consciousness doesn't need, we'll say, a lot of additives. You just choose it and it's done. Choose it, know it, and it's done. And so now from our nervous system, let's go into the central nervous system, light it up. Let's go into the parasympathetic nervous system, light it up. Feel that energy amplify, grow, swirl, merge, meld. Whatever you're feeling is perfect. There's no certain way it's supposed to feel. And like I said, it will change constantly. Now let's go into the sympathetic nervous system too. Let's light it up. The light, we don't really have to give it a big direction. It knows how to rebalance everything for you. So let's just take one more breath into every cell of our body. So now that we're in tune with this pure light, let's feel into every cell of our body. Breathe it in. Breathe it into every cell, every fiber, every tissue. Take another deep breath, really just drinking it through the physical. Breathing all the way down to the tips of your toes, letting it flush, 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 flow, 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 very consciously. So we are deliberately directing the energies. We're directing this to meld, flush, flow, merge, and just saying, just knowing that it's going to rebalance what needs to be rebalanced. We don't have to control or try to manage anything beyond that. And then stay feeling whatever you're feeling in your body. If you're feeling like little particles of light, little vibrations, heat, continue to feel into that now and, as we leave this space. And come back into your breath. Let's take a couple more slow, gentle, deep breaths. All the way in and all the way out. Breathing in and out of your nose now, letting that breath just gently ebb and flow. Let the breath roll all the way in, staying with it, feeling the whole breath cycle all the way out. Follow it for one more beautiful cycle without removing your attention. So stay fully merged with a full inhale and full exhale, still feeling your body. So feeling your breath and feeling your body. Staying with the breath and staying in tune with your physical body. And then very slowly open your eyes, but stay with this. Don't lose that that flow with your breath and then whatever you're sensing in your physical body. So you're staying with your breath and the sensations in your physical body, and see how long you can stay with this. I'm going to talk for a little bit and let you challenge yourself to stay feeling the inhales and the exhales and the particles moving and all the energy flowing. And see if you can just put that as your primary awareness. It's like staying in your own energy, staying in your own essence as you listen to me. So let me be out here in the periphery as you stay primarily with your breath and your body. So, practicing something like this not only affects your physical health, but going back to the many times I've shared about how being in your presence and your breath basically affects, well, first of all, you begin to dissolve all the old conditioning, all that is not truly you, the identities, beliefs, old energies. All that's not true collapses very quickly when you're in this space. And you expand more and more into and through your physical body. So, your health, mental, physical, emotional well being, your expansiveness, your vibrancy, it all transforms in this space very, very rapidly. So, I find it's very helpful, it has been for years, to come into this space often. For years, I spent most of my time in this space because so much was clearing. It just seemed like if I just stayed here for the most part when I didn't have to be doing anything, my whole world started to transform very quickly. So when I had a house, we'll say back in my old, when I had a corporate job and a big house, I got rid of the job. I ultimately got rid of the house. All my old hobbies went out the window, just because it was the most important thing for me was the the full embodied expression and knowing of my real self. Because as we start going through this, we find all this stuff, none of it's been us. None of our opinions, our personalities, our traits, none of it's really us, the body, the mind. And so the more you come here in this space that we just went in, your body and your mind are going to transform. So again, I used to sort of joke that I was like the lazy master, because like the lazy man's way to transformation is how I like to roll. Like I really, really love the fact that it's so easy and simple, and most people complicate it with a lot of thinking and analyzing and working, and a lot of mental activity, which ironically slows the whole thing down. Now, you do need that. It's a dance, it's always a dance, um, especially to reintegrate back into like a regular human everyday life from the awareness of your formless self. But so I encourage you to do this. Hopefully you're still with your breath, still feeling all that aliveness in your body, and even beyond. That aliveness extends beyond your body. It's not contained, because you're not contained in this body. So if you have a busy life, when I was working, I used to get up really early so I could come into this space, so I could get fully in this space, so that when I walked out the front door, like I've said before, I used to leave Kathy at home, because now I'm my presence. I'm this formless essence. I'm aware of this body. I'm aware of the mind, but I'm more anchored in the feeling of my essence, my beingness. And if you go throughout your day in this space, again, like I said, not only is your body constantly regenerating, like I'm feeling my whole body as I'm talking to you, all those cells are moving, they're grooving. When we're stuck up here, they're not able do all that stuff. We take all of our energy and put it out in tomorrow, yesterday, worries, concerns, identities, conversations with other people. What about finances? What about my physical health? But it's over here, it's not, it all needs to come into your body. And when you're feeling your presence and your essence and your consciousness is fully merged and melded into your body, all that stuff is taking care of itself. It's like you're disengaging all the energetics from even all those, we'll call it components of your life. And the energies are able to the energy is not just realigning in your body. So this isn't just a body boost. The energy is also realigning in your other realities. You have this one reality, but there's different, like, whatever it is, job, marriage, children, other friendships, finances, maybe your home, whatever. It's actually like doing energy work on your whole life. So, hopefully, you've enjoyed this. If you liked this experience, this is something similar to what I do in my Shavasana series. It's $5 a month. If you're interested, it's super reasonable. And I put out 2 new audios every month, and they're all different energetic journeys. Some are breath work. Sometimes we do a lot of, coming present, obviously, and feeling our presence, a lot of breathing, a lot of going through the body. Sometimes it's more kind of like we did today, or like manifestation, or different specific things. I have one I wrote down for this week that I was seeing today. It's about multidimensional hearing, about how to start tuning into different sounds and frequencies, and as your hearing expands, so you're not so overwhelmed by the sensitivity of noises. So that's an example. So you might find my Shavasana series enjoyable if you liked this. And yeah, I encourage you to do this on a regular basis to stay in your presence and your breath. But if your body's having any ailments, any situations, do this. And this is something too that I might do in one of my sessions. And it's like I bring energies through and I help to amplify the energy, in addition to all the other stuff. But we do this energy work together, like you just did this yourself. I provided a little amplification and direction and kind of guidance, but so we're all energy workers, and energy work can be the most easy thing. Technically, like the easiest way is really what is often most beneficial. So, like, we didn't have to think about it, we just we felt it, and then we directed the energies, and we felt, and we allowed it to happen. So we just gave the direction and let it happen. So simply. So, all right, if you have any questions, let me know. I hope you are able to stay in the awareness of your body and your breath. Maybe today, maybe you come back to this when you're driving your car, one of my favorite places to just feel and breathe, or when you're in line at the store, or especially if you're someplace really boring. Like, there's things we have to do in life. We don't have to, but we choose to do them that aren't maybe our favorite for family or friends, or just something needs to get done. You're sitting at the DMV, or whatever. My daughter is in a lot of sports, so I've had sometimes weekends where you're spending like most of the day on Saturday sitting in bleachers, and uh, you know. So this is something good for you to do in between those times, because it feels really, really good. It's nourishing. It's like, instead of being, like having it be a bummer if you have to be somewhere or do something that, you can utilize that time to give your body a boost, and it feels really good, and you'd be sitting there smiling while everybody else is cranky, most likely. So, all right. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.